Thank you, Nick, and good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us at our State of the City breakfast, and fantastic to see so many of you here today. So, why a State of the City address? State of the State addresses are a very familiar tradition in Tasmania, and I'm sure many of you attend the regular State of the State address. And State of the City addresses are well established as well in cities across the United States, and increasingly we're seeing them in Australia too. They give local governments a chance to share timely, accurate data about the economy and to outline the Council's priorities for the year ahead in a transparent way, particularly around our work on economic development. So today is a moment for us to kick off what will become an annual tradition for Hobart, a chance to reflect on milestones achieved as well as articulating a sense of direction for the city. This is an opportunity to share Hobart's story, a story shaped by the people who live and lead here, people just like yourselves. As a capital city, Hobart has a critical role in helping drive state and national prosperity. As a collective, Australia's capital cities, while occupying just 0.03% of Australia's landmass, generate 22.5% of Australia's gross domestic product and support over 3.2 million jobs. But these thriving places also have their challenges at the moment, and those challenges hinder our ability to drive further economic growth. As one of Australia's capital city Lord Mayors, I regularly join with my colleagues from the Council of Capital City Lord Mayors to discuss the big challenges facing our cities, such as building more centrally located, medium-density housing, investing in public transport, tackling climate change and strengthening social cohesion. So I'd like to start today with some reflection. Over the past 20 years, Hobart's economy has seen a remarkable transformation. Our gross regional product has jumped from under $5 billion and is now sitting at $9.3 billion. Healthcare and social assistance, along with public administration, have more than doubled their contribution to our local economy in that period, and these sectors remain our strongest economic drivers, reflecting a sustained investment in public infrastructure and the essential services that support our community. Over the past 20 years, Hobart has become younger, more educated and more connected to the world than ever before. Our population has risen steadily, our visitor numbers have climbed significantly, and our city centre is home to more residents, students and workers than at any time in our history. These changes bring opportunity and responsibility to plan wisely, invest strategically and ensure that Hobart remains a city for everyone. As we plan Hobart's future, the city is investing in smarter ways to inform our decision-making, and one of those initiatives is our State of the City reporting, a platform that brings together the data on who we are, what's changing and where we're headed. This information is available to everyone through a series of online and interactive dashboards. It's a public resource designed to support not just the Council, but also local businesses, community organisations and residents. The platform draws on data sets from the ABS, ID profile and other sources, giving us a clearer picture of Hobart today. The State of the City platform is available on the City of Hobart's website, and some of the key data will be found on fact sheets that will come out with the report from this breakfast. So, where are we now? Some comments on some of the current data. So Hobart has experienced modest but steady population growth, with the population growing from 49,000 to 56,000 people in the last 20 years. Our residents are slightly younger than those areas that we benchmark ourselves against. Hobart's median age is 37, compared to Tasmania's 42, and compared to Australia's median age of 38. The most significant population change recently has been the young workforce category, reflecting the evolving needs of our workforce. Nearly half of our population holds a bachelor or higher degree, which is almost double what it was 20 years ago. And I think that's probably the most astounding change of the morning from my perspective. It suggests that our workforce is well prepared for the jobs being created, though we must continue to support the diversification of Hobart's economy if we are to retain and grow this younger and highly educated cohort. We are more diverse and globally connected than ever before. In 2021, 29% of our residents were born overseas, up from 22% born overseas 10 years earlier. This growing diversity enriches our city's culture, strengthens our workforce, and deepens our international ties. So I'd now like to delve into some of our economic indicators. Household income in Hobart is higher than all benchmark areas. The median weekly household income in Hobart is $1,850 compared to Greater Hobart's $1,600, Tasmania's $1,368 and Australia at $1,740 per week. The fact that this is higher or comparative with all other capital cities other than Sydney is possibly surprising. It was certainly surprising to me. This demonstrates a sizable increase over 20 years in the percentage of people obtaining higher qualifications, translating into a local workforce that is more ready for the types of jobs being created in Hobart. Higher paid, professional, knowledge economy jobs. In terms of employment, the number of jobs in the City of Hobart has grown from around 44,700 in 2001 to nearly 67,500 in 2024. That's a substantial increase and means that the City of Hobart now hosts 23% of all jobs in Tasmania. Two sectors, healthcare and public administration, make up 38% of Hobart's employment base. That's significantly higher than the national average of 22% and highlights Hobart's reliance on these sectors. But we are also seeing steady growth in the private sector and in our business community. There are now 6,995 registered businesses in the City of Hobart. That's 400 more businesses than there were 5 years ago, and this amounts to 16% of all businesses in Tasmania. When we look at employment growth over the last 5 years, the trend is encouraging. Jobs have grown at an average rate of 1.9% per year, with 2022 marking the most significant year of growth in the past 25 years at 4.74% growth. So I'd now like to look into a little at our Hobart nighttime economy, which continues to be a vibrant but often overlooked part of our economy. There are 638 businesses operating after dark, making up 9% of all businesses in our city. This sector is unrivalled by any other place in Tasmania and plays a vital role in shaping Hobart's identity. From restaurants and bars to live music venues and late night retail, these businesses bring our city to life long after the sun goes down. Despite a 14% decline in employment in the 22-23 year, the sector's sales turnover increased by 15%, reaching $984 million in that year. So where are we going? The sectors with the most local jobs in 2024 are healthcare and social assistance, public administration, education, and professional, scientific and technical services. However, a heavy reliance on just a few sectors highlights the need to continue working to diversify our economy. Our vision for the future and the focus of our work in economic development will include 4 elements. focusing on new target industries, convening a task force to help guide the development of an innovation precinct in central Hobart, working with government and industry to address the demand for office space and some hotel space as well, and improving services such as parking and transport. I'll touch briefly on all of these 4 areas of focus. So around new industries, to diversify and deepen our local economy, we have identified strategic growth industries that align with national and international trends and leverage Hobart's strengths. The industries we will focus on include Antarctic and Southern Ocean logistics, research, and the broader blue economy, renewable energy and green technology, creative and experience-based tourism and events, digital startups and creatives taking advantage of opportunities in educational technology, health and digital care, and amongst other innovative entrepreneur-driven sectors. There are sectors that present opportunities for the City of Hobart. There are other sectors, I meant to say, but we can't be all things to all industries, and we believe this list of sectors presents the best opportunities for the sustainable growth and diversification of our local economy. Many of these sectors present a mix of opportunities, those that are most aligned with our strengths and capabilities in the areas of science, research and development, low impact innovation, niche product design and prototyping. So what role can we play in supporting the growth of these sectors? We can bring key stakeholders linked to each of the opportunities together to explore the practical benefits and realistic opportunities for the City of Hobart. We've already commenced this work with a recent Knowledge Economy and Innovation Industry Roundtable event that we held in partnership with Enterprise to explore the challenges and opportunities that need to be addressed to support the growth of this sector. From this roundtable, the City of Hobart will lead a supply chain analysis to define the sector, identify who is already in the city and what's missing that would add significant value to the sector, and then we'll work to attract them to Hobart. The Council can also play an important role in telling good news stories about the businesses that are already here, the early adopters and the success stories. Nothing builds momentum around an opportunity like telling the world about it. The Innovation Precinct, one of our priority actions this coming year is to develop an investment attraction strategy for the Hobart Innovation Precinct. So this is an area of around 16 blocks in central Hobart, encompassing Argyle and Campbell streets and including Brisbane and Melville streets west to Harrington Street. We think this area has the potential to drive innovation, research and development, education and creative industries. Collaboration is the key to facilitating these opportunities, so in the near future we will bring together landowners, developers, businesses, potential investors and aiming to bring this innovation precinct to life. Office space and accommodation. Hobart's hotel occupancy has steadied at around 75%, indicating strong demand for accommodation. However, the shortage of A-grade office space is critically low. And while it may sound positive for Hobart to boast that it has the lowest office vacancy rate of all the capital cities, it is actually constraining the growth of our city economy. We are proactively working with developers to try and address this issue, and we have recently approved 2 significant new office buildings, a $40 million commercial tower in Liverpool Street and a $74 million office building in Watchorn Street. But we recognise the current constraints and challenges in the construction sector, which is something very much on the minds of the Council. We know that Hobart is facing a critical moment in its housing story. There are currently 669 approved but yet to be built dwellings in our city, many of which are apartments in central Hobart. These represent real growth in this type of housing, but there are challenges. Sites like the old K&D block have captured community interest and imagination as potential housing developments, yet the future of such sites really remains uncertain. And one of the key barriers we're hearing about is the rising cost of materials and building services, and these pressures are stalling projects and discouraging investment. And that's why Council agreed to, on Monday, to an urgent report to explore a comprehensive incentives package for residential development in central Hobart. The incentives we're exploring could include rates and fee relief during the construction phase, and we'll also be working with key agencies such as Tas Water, Tas Networks, the Department of State Growth and the federal government to identify what support they can offer. Trying to tap into programs such as the Housing Density Incentive Grant and the Housing Future Fund, as well as build to rent incentives. This will be a major focus for Council for the year, doing what we can to see the $400 million pipeline of already approved projects move to construction stage. Now, I know we're all here in the room because we're proud of Hobart, and earlier this year our team created a video to capture in 60 seconds or less some of the things that we love about our city. I'll just play it in a minute and just let you know that the video is available to help you promote Hobart not only as a great place to live or visit, but also as a destination to do business and invest in.